Welcome to the GameRamble video review for Zombie Derby 2, narrated by me, Darkcloud. As always, the full text version of this review can be found on the GameRamble website linked below. The TLDR is that Zombie Derby 2 follows the same formula as the original, so you're still driving through hordes of zombies while trying to conserve fuel and avoid obstacles. All the action takes place on a 2D plane, so you're driving in a straight line, but getting to the end is not easy unless your vehicle is fully upgraded. The game features a lot of grinding, but it's still fun and perfect for killing a few minutes. Gameplay receives a 7 out of 10. The game is simple but addictive and quite challenging, especially the extreme mode. Graphics receives a 6 out of 10. All the 3D assets looks much better compared to the original game, as do the backgrounds. Sound receives a 6 out of 10. The soundtrack is great if you enjoy guitar-driven music tracks. The overall score for Zombie Derby 2 is 6.3 out of 10. And now for the full review. The original Zombie Derby was little more than a mobile port, but despite its limitations, it still offered a few hours of fun. It was soon followed by Zombie Derby 2, which is basically more of the same. However, the sequel does have little more content to offer than the original. The basic gameplay remains the same though, so those who did not enjoy the original won't find anything drastically new here. Zombie Derby 2 follows in the tracks of its predecessor, and once again there isn't any story to speak of. Instead, you're presented with a vehicle, a zombie-filled road to drive it on, and the destination that has to be reached. Unfortunately, there's zero chance of reaching the end of the level until your vehicle has seen some substantial upgrades. These upgrades are once again for your engine, nitros, tires, weapon and bumper. To afford these upgrades you need money, which is earned by killing zombies. Since a fully upgraded vehicle is pretty much required to complete a level, it means that some grinding is required while playing. The original Zombie Derby only had 8 levels, but this sequel offers a bit more variety in this regard. Along with 8 new levels, it also features 9 Halloween levels. These levels are shorter and Halloween themed, with pumpkins littered throughout for players to destroy. Next up are 8 extreme levels that will give pros a run for their money. There are even 6 delivery levels that see players trying to deliver 3 fuel canisters to their destination. To make these missions a little more challenging, nitro is not available, and the fuel canisters can fall off your vehicle if you're not careful. Rounding out the package are 2 randomly generated levels and a survival mode where the goal is to get as far as possible. All of these add up to a more substantial overall game compared to the original. The game's visuals have also been overhauled with high resolution textures and even real-time shadows. In addition to looking better, the backgrounds now are also more detailed thanks to the inclusion of more scenery. The environments range from snowy mountains and desert sands to post-apocalyptic city ruins. Along with the usual assortment of zombies from the original game, there are a couple of new zombies to deal with, including mammoth ones that can blow up your vehicle with an exploding barrel if you don't take them down quickly enough. The mobile roots of Zombie Derby 2 are still evident though, especially when looking at the sparse options menu. Here you'll only find low, high and ultra presets, along with an FPS counter that can be toggled on or off. The cars look great though, especially the new ones like the DeLorean. The upgrades for each level also look different, and some, like the aforementioned DeLorean, even shoots bolts of electricity instead of the usual bullets. While Zombie Derby 2 is very simple to play, that doesn't mean it's easy. Even with a fully upgraded vehicle, it's still possible to fall down a chasm or accidentally hit a mine and instantly die. The physics feels more unforgiving now, and if the roof of your car even touches the ground, it will explode. This makes it a lot riskier to attempt those mid-air flips for extra points. The game features a tutorial to teach players the basics, but it's very much a case of driving in a straight line and trying to conserve your fuel as much as possible. Mastering the art of releasing the gas pedal during jumps is essential for completing the game, but it soon becomes second nature. The soundtrack for Zombie Derby 2 features a few new tracks compared to the original, but it's the same type of guitar-driven tunes. We think it fit the game's theme nicely, but some players might also find the music a bit tedious after playing for a few hours. Sound options are restricted to enabling or disabling the music or sound effects, so there's no way to adjust the volume. There are also a few speech snippets such as "that hurts" and "wasted" if you manage to destroy your car along the way. Zombie Derby 2 is perfectly playable with a keyboard, but it also has gamepad support which works great. The developers also added support for Steam achievements and leaderboards for the Steam version. It seems like a lot of effort has been made to balance the game better than the mobile version, but a fair bit of grinding is still involved. The game is also very linear, and you're pretty much restricted to using a new car on each level if you want any hope of completing them. The additional modes and levels are a nice touch though, and overall the game is better looking and more polished compared to the original. It still plays the same, so fans of the original should enjoy it, while those who didn't will want to give this one a pass too. Thanks for joining me for the Zombie Derby 2 PC review. Remember to like, subscribe and share. Until next time.